Here, let us look into the case where there is an NGO is upholding democracy. This NGO upholding democracy is functioning, and it was a very small NGO in the previous year. In the current year, they have got a substantial donations in the current year. The NGO is working in a political cum social field, and it is also having, like say, crowdfunding its donations. So it's doing into whatever donations it has received, it is doing a crowdfunding. The NGO is also registered under FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, where the foreign donations are received. So, how do you assess the risk in case of this NGO? First of all, to assess the audit risk, the auditor shall consider the components of the audit risk. The said NGO is working in political come say social field, and which can make the activities of the NGO quite inherently risky because it is working in a political field. The activities may turn out to be risky. Crowdfunding donations may have to be seen in relation to the constitution of NGO, and this may make this risky. So it may be turn out to be risky. Since the NGO is in the receipt of foreign funds, it can make the transaction inherently risky. That's the thing here. So here the credibility and the integrity of the person who are running the NGO is quite very important, because these people who are running the NGO, their integrity is very much important. There may be a shady NGO where this may be involved in some kind of money laundering activity. There may be a money laundering activity involved, and they may be misutilizing the funds from the donors. Since the last year the accounts were unaudited, it also increases the inherent risk. So the inherent risk also increases. That's the thing here. The inherent risk increases where there may be a probable effect of the misstatement. The non-compliance with the strict laws as to potential activities of the NGO, it also gives rise to an inherent risk. The NGO has received a substantial portion of donation in the current year, and the activities were relatively small scale. Now, the formal controls are not in place. So, lack of formal controls basically lead to non-compliance of the law. So, there is a non-compliance of the law, non-compliance with the FCRA, and this may have a consequence of cancellation of certificate of NGO. That's the thing. Therefore, there is a control risk is also very high. Further, the audit of NGO has been accepted for the first time. So there may be lack of understanding of the purpose of NGO, and this may lead to a very high amount of the detection risk. So due to inappropriate sampling procedures, so there may be a faulty application of the audit procedures. So in this case, yes, at control risk level, at detection risk level, at inherent risk level, since the activity of NGO is political and social, definitely it's an inherent risk. And also when they are dealing with foreign funds, that is also a completely inherent risk. And further, there is a substantial receipt of donation, and the activity is relatively very small. So it shows that there is a lack of formal controls in the NGO. That's the thing. So there is a very high control risk. Further, there may be lack of understanding of the activities of the NGO, and this will increase the detection risk. Okay, so this is how you will assess the risk: inherent risk, control risk, and the detection risk.